All right, this is a crazy video, and to be honest with you, originally I was not going to share this with you, you know, because I kind of got caught in a trap, and at first I was actually embarrassed, and I felt kind of, I mean, I don't want to get all dramatic or whatever, but I felt almost kind of like ashamed of myself, and actually I thought, you know what, Mrs. Bell would be ashamed of me right now, and I'll explain that later, but I'm talking about Sean Bell's mother. And if you don't know Sean Bell, you should Google him. Just say Sean Bell 2006 or Sean Bell 50 shots, or Google Sean Bell Rock Wilk. But anyway, here's what happened. This is crazy. So you know, as it's pretty well known if you're watching this channel, I got monetized recently, right before Thanksgiving. I got all kinds of momentum out of the blue after 4.5 years. And I started to do well, you know, and I'm actually getting my first check for like 120 bucks. The first month, $120, that's way more than I thought. And so I'm happy about that. And so leading up to my monetization, when I was trying to get my watch hours together, I was posting every day. And I was kind of on a creative roll, you know, even though I'm in the middle of working on a feature film right now. And actually kind of, I mean, I say this a lot, but kind of the biggest project of my life. And so that makes it complicated, you know, to shoot YouTube videos. Especially if you're doing it every day, because how do you carve up the time and keep surviving? And it's a lot. But I wanted to get those watch hours because I was dying to know, you know, what was it really going to be like? Excuse me, I just ate, so I burped. Anyway, I wanted to know, like, what's it going to be like? Am I going to make, you know, $7 a month? Am I going to make $7,000? Am I going to be like DoorDash? Or am I going to be like, you know, geez, you know, I just spent 5 years doing this, and now I'm making 50 cents. Like, I wanted to know. You know what I mean? And so I was posting every day, and I finally got monetized. I got my watch hours, got my subscribers, all of that, you know. And I'm so grateful for it. And the community that's been developing around this has been incredible. Like, really supportive, good energy, you know, a couple of assholes here and there. But overall, it's been astounding, actually. Like, really beautiful. So I get monetized, and I don't even notice, but I'm just like, I kind of feel something happening to me. And what's happening is that I feel my focus shifting. And I'm not sure what that means, you know, and I'm attending to my Patreon too, because my Patreon members, that's everything to me. I mean, these are people who have chosen to, you know, make a contribution to me every month, supporting my work. That's crazy. That's amazing. Like, you know, everybody who comes here from YouTube, it's free. I mean, you're coming here and you're giving your time, and that's amazing, and I don't take any of it for granted. But people who are coming out of their pocket every month, you know, a lot of people are paying what they pay for, you know, Premiere Pro or HBO Max or Amazon to me. So needless to say, I want to honor that. You know, that's amazing. That's my lifeblood. And that's all about my bigger project. But I'm posting YouTube every day. Every day I'm putting up a video, and I'm talking about monetization every day. And so I get this notice saying, getting your first payment, look for a check towards the end of January. And I'm very excited, and I'm proud, and all of that, you know. And I'm posting videos like crazy. I'm recording videos like crazy. And so I actually had a video that was supposed to go live this morning. And it was about easy mode. And it was basically about me talking about how easy mode, in my opinion, is exploiting people. And I do feel that way, you know, absolutely. And I'm never going to say something I don't believe, you know, I'm never going to bullshit anybody. But as much as I don't want to say I don't care, I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, I can't control all these plethora of people jumping on easy mode and making all this money on YouTube, or at least saying they're making money by doing nothing, you know, and even saying you don't have to do anything, you know, just say the word monetization and just, you know, record in your car and just hit record on your phone, and you don't have to do anything. You know, it's like to forget about the lights, forget about quality, forget about all of it. I mean, I don't know, that, like, I feel a certain kind of way about that, you know, but that's just me. I'm not judging them. I'm just saying it's totally not for me. And what I am saying is that I don't care. It doesn't interest me, you know. It's not my thing, you know. I'm actually the opposite of easy mode. Like, sometimes people go, why are you doing all that for a YouTube video? And I get those comments all the time. Like, why are you doing all that? I'm doing all that because I'm a filmmaker, you know. I'm a solo theater artist. Like, I'm a performing artist. I'm a professional performer. And so I always want it to look good. I want to do my best for my audience all the time. I don't ever want to take for granted that people are coming to see my work, to look at me, to listen to me, to exchange with me, to share with me. That's a big deal for me. That's an honor, you know. So I'm not about easy mode. You know, I don't have that kind of ego where I think you're just going to come because I am so interesting and I have such amazing things to say. I don't think that. I think I have to make an effort, you know. I think I have to study how to do things well, always. And, you know, I'm self-taught. You know, I didn't go to theater school. I didn't go to film school, any of that. I didn't even graduate college. You know, I went to school, I was like playing football. And then when my eligibility ran out, I just quit school. And I just jumped right into the music business. And, you know, knock on wood, some people do think my head is made of wood because it's kind of a heat-seeking missile and heat-seeking missile, and I bang my head a lot, and I digress, whatever, that doesn't matter. But anyway, I want to do well, you know what I mean? So I say all of this to say that I posted a video this morning, and I watched it because every morning when I post a video, I watch it on my TV. I use a Chromecast because I want to see what it looks like on the TV. I want to make sure everything looks good. And I watched it, and I felt embarrassed by it. You know, it was one of the first times I've ever seen something that I created that I didn't believe every word that I said. My favorite actor in the world is Jeffrey Wright. Jeffrey Wright, you know, I learned about Jeffrey Wright first in the theater, doing Angels in America on Broadway. And he played this crazy, you know, queen, you know, like a drag queen, you know, a gay character. Wasn't even a drag queen, really. But he was a gay character in Angels in America, and he was amazing, you know. And since then, he's done so many great films and TV shows. And the reason I love him so much is because never has a word come out of that man's mouth in a show or a film that I haven't believed 100%. Like, I believe him all the time. And that's what I pride myself on. Like, when people come see me in a show or they watch my movie, I want to make sure that people believe every word that I say. And so I watched this video this morning and I was like, damn, I'm not sure I believe me. And so I deleted the video right away. And then I went back and I looked at the other 3 videos that I had uploaded and scheduled for the next 4 days. And I deleted all of them because I hated them. And then I thought about it and I was like, what's going on? You know, like, what's happening? And what's happening is that I started to chase the algorithm, you know. I started to, like, think about, like, whoa, I can make money doing this, you know. This could be a thing, you know. This could be something, like, really sustains me while I'm doing my other work. But see, that's the complicated part. You know, what I'm learning is that YouTube is a full-time job. Like, you have to post pretty much every day to be a successful YouTuber. And if you don't post every day, you have to post multiple times a week, and it's got to be like a lot of effort. I'm not easy mode. And also, just real quick, I don't think easy mode is going to last more than 6 months. I think all those people are going to make some money real quick, and then the bottom's going to drop out because people are not going to put up with that. That's just, like, we can't think people are that stupid, you know what I mean, where they're just going to, be your fan because you're jumping up and down and going crazy, all excited because you're just making money. You're not excited because you're making great art. You're not excited because you came up with a great idea. You're not excited because you're curing some disease or, doing something for the economy or helping homeless people or, helping the people in Gaza. Like, you're just making money. Like, the only reason people are excited is because they're looking at you and they're going, oh, damn, I could do that. So I don't believe in it, So pushing that aside, in my opinion, you're going to have to be a YouTuber like the YouTubers that I've followed, who have put a tremendous amount of effort into their videos and respected their audience. And anyway, if I'm going to do YouTube the way I want to do YouTube, it's going to take a tremendous amount of effort and a tremendous amount of time. And when I'm doing a film or a play, I am completely immersed in it. I'm obsessed. As one of my directors once said, I'm like memorizing lines and thinking about my script and thinking about my blocking when I'm eating, when I'm sleeping, when I'm showering, when I'm, on the toilet, like wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking about my project, always. And so how am I going to have time to be doing YouTube videos every day? And so, obviously, it was like an epiphany. I realized nothing comes easy and nothing comes for free. And YouTube is something to be respected. It's not easy. It's not something that you could just jump into and it's going to happen. Contrary to what a lot of people might think right now, like, oh, easy mode, it's simple. You could do that. You can't do that. Trust me. It takes a lot of effort. And it's funny, I've become friendly with Luis Cabral from Cabral Creates. And he posted a video this morning and he actually shouted me out. And his video was kind of about this exact thing. Like, he has to honor the craft, but he also has to live, And so it's hard, And he was really, I felt like he was expressing his frustration, but in the best kind of way. Because what he was saying was, I'm not going to sell myself or my audience short. I'm going to do my best work, and if that means it's going to take me longer to get to where I want to go, that's what's going to happen. And so that's where I'm at. I'm not going to quit, I'm not going to leave YouTube because I enjoy doing this, It's like a diary for me. I like documenting my life, and indeed, I do document my life every day in some kind of way. I write every single day, I have these rituals that I do all the time. And so I'm not going to leave, but I'm not going to be able to be here in the way I've been here for the past couple of weeks, and it's funny because, most of the comments that I've been getting have been, giving me advice for somebody who is not me, As a matter of fact, what concerns me a little bit is that most of the advice that I've received has been, I don't think people realize they're saying this, but it's been, don't be you. Don't be an artist, Think of it as a business. Play the YouTube game. I heard that so many times. Be like Mr. Beast. And you know what? I have no idea who Mr. Beast is. And I'm proud of that, I mean, obviously he's the biggest YouTuber because so many people have said his name. But I don't know who he is. I've certainly never seen one of his videos, at least that I know of. But I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to continue to do what got me here. But you know what? It took me 5 years. I've had people laugh at me in the comments for that. It took me 4.5 years to get to this place, to get monetized, to get 4,000 watch hours, to get 1,000 subscribers. And so, I am a storyteller at the end of the day. And I'm committed and dedicated to being an artist, a writer, first and foremost, a creator of stories. And they manifest themselves as solo plays, because I'm a solo theater artist, and as films, movies, because I'm a filmmaker. And that's what I do, And you know what? I've done 2 short films this year for other people and got paid for those. I'm getting ready to do a documentary this year for somebody. And so I am getting some work on the outside, but obviously that takes a couple of weeks. And I get some quick money, and I get to be really creative with it. And not that I get to be really creative with YouTube too. But that was the thing that bothered me about those videos, that the reason I pulled them down is because I didn't feel like I was being really creative. I was just doing this, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with a talking head video every once in a while, and there's great value to just telling stories, to just talking, you know. Sometimes if no B-roll is called for, then don't add anything. Sometimes no music, you know. Sometimes it's just this. But that's not what those videos were, you know. Those were just get it done every day, get it done every day, get another one up, get another one up, you know. And all of a sudden, you know, when I got 13,000 views on one of these videos, suddenly I'm looking at these videos that are getting 500 and 600 views, and I'm feeling like a failure. And that's stupid. So, here's the reason I said Mrs. Bell would be ashamed of me. And I don't think she'd be ashamed of me because she's so kind to me and so amazing, and I love that person so much, you know, her and her husband, Mr. Bell, you know, Sean Bell's parents. You know, anybody who knows me and knows my work knows that I'm an activist, you know. I always speak up on social issues. Like, you know, my whole thing for many, many years, since I was a little boy, has been I have this complete intolerance for racism. And actually for any kind of prejudice, you know, misogyny, homophobia, xenophobia, any of it, anything bad, anti-Semitism, I can't handle it. I just can't. And I can say that I am somebody who has never bit my tongue when I'm around somebody talking some stupid shit about that. Any of those things, you know? If somebody's making fun of somebody because they're gay or making stupid comments about women or being racist or whatever, I ain't having it. I ain't with it. And when I looked at those videos the other day, I was like, there were certain things I wanted to speak on, but I didn't because I thought, that's not good for YouTube. You know, and also, I do curse a lot. And I'm trying not to curse so much because it's just not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I have a play called Brooklyn Quartet, and I actually have a mini-series. And it's like, it's a constant F-bomb from start to finish for 2.5 hours. But that's only because that was true to the language of the characters that I created, you know? I created these kids from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and at that period of time, and even today, that's the way kids talk. You know, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. Like, that's the way it is. And so that language in that play is truthful. It's what it is. And actually, a theater company in India did that play. And they asked me if they could tone down the language, and I said no. I said, if you want to tone down the language, you can't do the play. Because that is the language of the play. And my work is always about the truth. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be honest. Even if I'm creating a fictional story, it's got to be genuine and authentic to the story. That's what I'm about. And so I kind of held back on certain things, and I thought about Mrs. Bell because I think the reason she's accepted me, and, you know, I think at the beginning she was kind of like, she had to check me out first, you know, and see. And I think she felt that I was really sincere and that this really affected my life, you know, the death of her son. You know, a total stranger like me, it affected me so deeply. And that's who I always want to be. That's what makes me proud to be a person, you know, like that's who I am. And I don't ever want to be anything but that. And if that doesn't work for YouTube, then I'm not going to make it here, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I accomplished something amazing, you know what I mean? And I'm so proud of that. You know, I got monetized, and it took me 4.5 years of being dedicated to it, you know, posting multiple times a week, even amidst all my heavy work. And, you know, I'm doing stuff like over that time, I memorized a 260-page script while I was still posting YouTube videos. And then that play that I was, you know, working on got canceled because of the pandemic. And so I'm a pretty dedicated person. I'm pretty committed, you know, like that's just the way I am. And I'm always going to be that person, but I always want to be my authentic self as well. You know, I don't want to just like be quantity. I want to be quality too, the best quality that I can be. And so, you know, I just wanted to talk about that and share that with you. You know, like, I'm not saying that's how you should approach YouTube, but that's how I'm going to approach YouTube. And so you can leave me all the comments you want. You could say I'm stupid or I'm, you know, clueless or whatever. I'll never do well. I'll never make the money. I'm blowing an opportunity, whatever. You know, I don't care, you know. Well, I shouldn't say I don't care. I care a lot, but I care more about my integrity, you know, and being true to myself and being who I am. And if, you know, I've always been the kind of person, like, if people don't accept that, it's all right. You know, I've always felt like if everybody loves you, you're probably not doing much of anything. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably just kind of like milk, you know, or water. I mean, if you're really kind of pushing the envelope and heading out to the very edge of the parameters of your life, you know, and going as far out of your comfort zone as you can and just being everything that you could possibly be, there's going to be a lot of people that hate you, that feel uncomfortable with you. As many people who love you and adore you, you know, and respect you and admire you. I keep looking here because I'm trying to see if I'm coming close to the end of, you know, there's a 30-minute limit on this Panasonic S5. So, I don't know. If it cuts off, I'll just make another file and continue it. But anyway, that's what happened. And I'm going to revisit. I might post one of those videos still because it was about gear. And I think it will be helpful. But, you know, I kind of recalibrated myself, and so I'm not going to be here every day, you know, but I'm going to be here as much as I can. But my priority is this new film that I'm working on, and my priority is always going to be these bigger projects that I do, because that's what I've worked on for my whole life. Like, that's what's most important to me. And if I'm being really, really honest, you know, of course, I want to make millions and millions of dollars, you know. I have a goal to make $1 million this year. And, you know, I'm not going to share the reasons why, but they're not reasons that you would think, you know. Most of them are to help some people and to take care of myself, too, to be safe, to be, you know, taken care of so I don't have all this stress. But my priority is being truthful to my work and making art every day. You know, like making meaningful, contributing art all the time. That's what I'm about. If I'm not doing that, I feel like there is no reason for me to exist on this earth. Like, I know I was placed on this planet to be this person that is kind of polarizing to a lot of people. But I accept that. It's okay, because I know that my intentions are nothing but the best, the good, the beautiful, for everybody, you know? That's why sometimes I say, and here's to a better world for all of us. Or I say things like, if everybody's not okay, then nobody's okay. Because that's really who I am. That's really how I feel. And so that's what I wanted to share. And, you know, I hope you stick with me. I hope my channel continues to grow. I hope I do become monetized where I make $10,000 a month. And we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm going to do my due diligence of YouTube and say, please subscribe. And please hit the like button. And please consider joining my Patreon. I have a goal of 200 Patreon members by April. 200 more than I have now. And that would be just amazing. Just awesome. And thank you so much for all the support and all the good energy. You know, I know that a lot of people say that, but I mean that from like the middle of my deepest organs. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate it so much, you know, because I know that I'm not easy. You know what I mean? And I know that I can be, you know, kind of, what's the word? You know, like difficult for a lot of people, or controversial, or whatever. So, but trust me when I tell you, I want the best for everybody. I really do. That's what my life is about, and being an artist, and taking all of that and making it so beautiful that everybody wants to watch it. That's what I want. So, let's do this, you know. Onward we go, and thanks for hanging in for this whole video, and I'll see you in a minute.